I don't know what's
What
going
is?
on.
Oh, he's over there being guile. Is what he's being.
What's
What
up,
is
buddy?
going on, party people? It is
Sup?
another episode of Do You Even Transform, bro? Do you?
Another one.
Do
Do
you?
you?
Do you?
You should.
My name is Eric B, and joining me tonight is the regular cast of characters. I got my boy Derek B in the building. Say what's up,
What's up, everybody?
Rusty Mechanic,
I am the rusty mechanic.
and my boy Scott.
He is the rusty mechanic.
Stupid camera mirroring bullshit. Like anyway, whatever. He's over there.
So I'm used to regularly recording at least once a week, or at least live streaming once a week, because as many of you know, I'm on two shows on the Rumble Collectors YouTube channel. But we didn't have a show last week because of the holiday. So it feels like it's been forever since I've been on, and this is a great time for me to be on. It's been a rough kind of day today, so I'm happy to be here with everybody. But let's go ahead and go around StreamYard and check in with everybody and see how everyone's week was. I won't start with Scott since he just turned his camera off. So let's start with Rusty.
Oh, am I in?
Yes, sir.
Come in, coach. Come in.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I did wow. The realm goggles. All right, cool.
Oh
cool.
my God.
I don't know what's happening. The show's degenerating. How was my week? I'm exhausted already, and it's only Tuesday. That's how my week is going. So I didn't even get to watch ETR last night. I wanted to pop in, but friends of ours showed up last night unannounced with their 3 dogs while we're dog sitting my wife's brother's dog and our own dogs. So we had 7 dogs in the house last night. They were here till about 11 o'clock. The dogs had a great time in the backyard in the snow because we had a bit of snow happen as well. But trying to keep control of 8 dogs. It was 8 dogs. 8 dogs. All of them are at least 30 pounds or bigger. They're all Australian Shepherd mixes because anyway, whatever. So that was a lot of fun. That's how my week started. And as I mentioned in the last show, my workload has picked up because we lost a couple of people on my team. And now I'm not only dealing with, so I do IT project work and I'm typically the tech lead. And now before I was only dealing with 1 or 2 project managers. Now I'm dealing with 6. And it is exhausting explaining to project managers. No offense to anybody out there who's a project manager. I love all of you. But it is exhausting explaining to project managers the technical details and to bring it down to their level so that they can turn it into a timeline. And I'm green mile tired. I'll put it that way.
I
was tired, boss. I was tired. So if my energy level seems down this evening, I apologize to everybody watching this evening or later on. I will do my best to perk myself up as we go along, but I'm glad to be here with you guys. So let's do this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, let's go back to Mr. Rock Goggles himself, Mr. Guile, aka Scott. How was your week?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thanksgiving, which is always a good time with the fams. And outside of that, not much, actually. I started to watch Dune just tonight, actually. I got to finish Penguin because I haven't done that yet. We're talking about it, and I'm going to get spoiled here eventually. But
I have not started that yet. Apparently, I should be watching that show.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I got more energy than usual tonight, Rusty, so I can make up for both of us.
Okay, you're gonna make up for so
yeah, I feel it actually.
That's it. I'm boring life. Boring life
but you can't just glaze over, so to speak. Thanksgiving, man. What'd you cook?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so as most of you know, I'm a blended family, and we were at my wife's house or my wife's family's house for Thanksgiving, and so let's see. We had ham,
Okay.
turkey.
Your mic's going out.
We had
Well, it's only because he's turning his head. Make sure you're at the microphone when you speak.
ham,
Okay, go
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
Yeah, ham. Okay.
Yep, we got ham.
Okay, got it.
turkey,
We got
There you go,
beans,
turkey.
greens,
Turkey.
tomatoes, potatoes.
gumbo,
Gumbo.
Oh.
gumbo. Two
All
different
right.
kinds of
There you go.
gumbo because we have a person that is allergic to shellfish. So you got the regular gumbo.
Oh,
and then
so you got to
got
remove
the-
the shellfish.
That's
Leave
right.
the shellfish out one. Okay.
And then we got mac and cheese because I mean, come on,
Mac
man.
and cheese.
Yeah, gotta have mac and cheese for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And so we got
Yes.
two different types of mac and cheese. You got your regular mac and cheese, and then you got your loaded mac and cheese.
Got your,
What's loaded mac and cheese?
What's loaded?
Loaded?
Andouille sausage, crab, and shrimp, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Each,
So
Uh,
each mac
basically,
and
just
cheese.
cheesy pasta with with some meat in it. Got it.
And let's not forget Tony Chachere's.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Some
I
people,
love Tony.
some of these crazy people call it Tony Sachet. No, it's Chachery. Okay.
I love Tony Chachere's though.
Okay.
You know, it's really good. It's really good.
yeah,
yeah.
it is good. It is.
Yeah.
By the way, what's Tony Chachere's?
Oh
for
my
everybody
God.
that don't know what.
I was about to
You know,
say,
like-
Creole seasoning.
yeah,
Creole
it's
seasoning.
Creole.
Oh,
Cajun
okay.
seasoning.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, Rusty's up there in
Yeah.
the Great White North, so he wouldn't know anything about that.
Don't know
I
what
know.
you're talking
It-
about.
Rusty. You know, we're here to
And then
educate
of course, you know, all the sides, you know, all, you know, 3 or 4 different kinds of desserts. I don't want to bore everybody, but like everybody goes home from a Thanksgiving like this, and if you don't have leftovers for a week, you ain't Thanksgiving right.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yep.
I'm with you there.
You know,
How many cheeses in your macaroni and cheese?
5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
In both of
And
them?
the roux, you know, you make the roux with cheese as well, but then you layer on the 5 cheeses after the roux is done.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's serious business.
Props.
I mean,
Props.
you know,
Props to
I like
the
it.
cooks. You know?
do have help from my wife.
Yeah. Props to the
There you
cooks.
go. That's what's
Yeah.
up. That's what's up. Well, Derek, since we talking about Thanksgiving favorites, yams. How was your week, my man?
It was yam-tastic. Yeah, man. Hey, look. So I, talked about it last night. So all of y'all that tuned in last night are gonna get a rehash of it again. So here we go. So
I got
yeah,
beans, greens,
Mac-
tomatoes, potatoes.
yeah. Oh, God. Okay. So fried turkey,
Okay, for sure.
mac and cheese
Mhm.
for. Blaster wanted to get part of the conversation. Greens, collard,
Mhm.
ribs.
Mm.
So we wanted to, I didn't mention this last night. So my brother and my sister wanted to do something different for Thanksgiving this year, add something, unique. And we wanted to do like a barbecue type of thing. So they made ribs and they also had brisket. We had ribs and brisket last night. So yeah, I mean,
Nice.
not last night, last Thanksgiving. So yeah, that was good. And we had the stuffing for the turkey and all that, No, it wasn't stovetop. It was, it was regular stuffing.
Was
Homemade
it stuffing or cornbread dressing?
It was cornbread dressing.
There you go. My man.
All right. So yeah,
All right.
that was the stuffing. And last but not least, we had the yams, baby. Yeah.
When I get to the yams.
We did this sweet potatoes. We don't do the yams.
Oh man.
No.
We did the
I'm
sweet
a
potatoes.
So I did one of the show retrospectives in the group, and then
Mhm.
in there I sent a picture. I actually sent a picture of it to Eric. I said, "Yeah, I'm putting this in Tupperware and freeze dry packaging. It's on its way, baby." Yeah. But yeah, I took a picture of me posing next to the yams, and so if you want to see it, you go back to that post. But yeah, man, we got it in for Thanksgiving. It was a wonderful time. All the family got together with the exception of my brother. My older brother, it's 4 of us, so I'm the second oldest. My older brother has MS.
Okay.
Right before Thanksgiving, he has to have injections done, and so with that, his body is vulnerable and all that, so he can't travel. So we missed.
Okay.
So my brother missed out on Thanksgiving this year, but prayerfully he'll be able to be with us next year. So we were just
Yeah,
minus my brother this time, but we still had a great time. We did talk to him on the phone. Played some Uno No Mercy.
Whoop,
Nice.
whoop, whoop.
Yeah, got some Uno No Mercy in. It was me, my nephews, my nieces, and the adults didn't want to play because they knew what was up. So, but yeah, we all had a great time, man. It was just a great time, a family fellowship, and just being around each other. Getting together, all of us once a year, because that's the one time we all get together. And because we get together separately at different parts of the year, but that's the one year that my mother, she literally, had us coming together every Thanksgiving. That was her thing. And even though she's no longer here, we continue to, honor that tradition. And, hopefully she's still proud of us as we are still carrying that on. And man, like I said, we had a great time, man. So yeah, shout out to everybody who had a great Thanksgiving. And if you didn't have a great Thanksgiving, just be grateful for the family or for everyone that you have in your life, because that's the time to reflect, to be thankful. You know what I mean? So yeah, had a great Thanksgiving, had a great weekend. Didn't do anything that was kind of unique. Other than got some Black Ops time in, so
Some double XP.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I was
double
just
XP
thinking about that. I
weekend.
forgot to mention that. Yeah.
And
We
it
were
actually extended out into yesterday, and it
Yeah.
expired last night. So we actually had a little extra time. I got some time every now and then. So, but yeah, it was, man, Black Ops 6 over the weekend was absolutely
fun.
incredible
It was fun.
too. So yeah,
Sure.
and I got together at least two of these gentlemen in here, and always an awesome time when we all get together, away from the show and away from what we professionally do, and just get online and just act up and just cut up. So
For sure.
yeah,
For sure.
So Eric B,
It's good.
take it away.
Yeah, man. I had a pretty good week and a half, 2 weeks almost. So let's start with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was an awesome time. I host every year at my home. Normally it's my wife's family that comes over, who have welcomed me into their hearts and family with open arms. So I don't consider them in-laws. I consider them family. Had a great time. I fried a turkey. I did a corned beef because the wife wanted corned beef. We rotate the second protein out every year. So next year it'll probably just be some smoked ribs, some smoked beef ribs for sure.
Nice.
So we did that. I had some cabbage because she wanted a little bit of cabbage. Put a couple, few too many red pepper flakes in there, so she wasn't happy with that. My bad, boo. She's not a fan of spice anymore after the kids.
Okay.
But yeah, so we did that. She did her macaroni and cheese. She also uses 5 cheeses, with the 5th one being Velveeta, because I like mine a little more creamy. So that was cool. Did the sweet potatoes with no marshmallows, no pineapples, because that is for barbarians.
Brown sugar,
None of that.
brown sugar, and maple syrup.
Pineapples.
No maple syrup, but we do use
Whoa.
little corn syrup. Just a little bit of corn syrup, vanilla corn syrup. Yep.
Who puts maple syrup in their yams?
It's a thing, bro. It is a thing.
Really?
Yep, it's a thing. It is a thing. Not this way though, but it is a thing. Much like the marshmallows. The sweet potatoes, I just found out somebody else that I know with the crushed pineapples. One of my coworkers.
Whatever. Crushed pineapples kills it. It's
y'all have fun with that. It kills it all right. It kills it.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're using that the right way, but anyway.
You're not wrong. I also made collard greens with some smoked turkey legs in it, and then some cornbread. My mother-in-law made the dressing with the gravy. Got a couple of cans of that jelly cranberry sauce because that's the only kind I like. And I think that was it. My wife made a sweet potato pie, which was good, and my cousin made some peach cobbler, which we won't speak too much about. But that banana pudding she made the next day, which would lead me into that, was pretty good. But man, we played Uno No Mercy that night. That was fun.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
Yep.
You guys do
did.
nice.
So speaking of collard greens, I saw someone with a recipe of putting the collard greens in with the gumbo.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
like a gumbo soup
Oh,
at
sure.
that point.
Yeah.
I mean, a collard green soup with that.
And
So
I'm
I've
like,
seen
you
that.
know, I love collard greens and I like my gumbo. I'm not sure I like them mixed together until they're in the gut. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you're not missing anything, but it does add a little bit of flavor to it. Because the crazy thing is the gumbo sucks up all of the collard green. I mean, well, the collard green sucks up all the gumbo, and that's really all it is.
Mhm.
But I will bring this to the forefront really quick because my bro was showing it.
Yeah.
him.
There it is.
That's funny.
Posing with the yams. Can you zoom in on that a little bit? Let's see if you can
Okay.
zoom in so you can see.
Now we didn't.
how-
It's been scooped out a couple
Oh
times.
no, ain't
so.
no excuses. Ain't no excuses.
Yo,
Look
there
at all the
it
lighter
is.
bits. That's crushed pineapples.
there it
No,
is.
sir.
That's the crushed pineapple. Is one right there.
No.
It is
No.
perfect. It's perfectly in there, so you can't really see it. You're mainly seeing the sweet potatoes and all that. It's all glazed in. It mixes in very, very smoothly, man. It tastes so.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. You know, I love your sister. I love your family, man. Like I've met a lot of them at the 50th birthday party, so I would never disrespect your family at all.
Yes.
So I'm not going to continue to go in on these sweet potatoes, especially
man, don't
after
worry.
now meeting your family. But
worry,
we
man.
got to
They
get
love
that
you.
off the screen. Out of here. So we play Uno No Mercy, and then on Friday, I always take Black Friday off just to kind of recover and chill with the family. Hung out with my wife's cousin again, who came over on Thanksgiving with her kids, and they were doing a game night at their house. So we played Uno No Mercy. Get this, Derek. It was about at least 11 of us, I believe, 11 or 12
in one game.
And we played with 3 decks.
I was gonna say you're gonna play with more than one deck there, 'cause, yeah.
But it was only one set of cards in the middle. You talking about fun? We was playing for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
2.5, 3 hours. And people were getting
Man.
out. People were staying in. We got 2 people out right away. It was just like fun, bro. It was so
Now you
fun.
start off with 5 or 7?
7. We got 7.
7. Okay.
When our family gets together, our game is spoons.
Oh, really?
Oh God!
I heard
you know
talk
what?
about that before.
You know what?
Yeah.
We did that. I remember playing that with guys. We used to get together once a year at a chalet, and we'd get drunk and stupid, and then we decided to play spoons. And one guy got his finger cut in between. Right? People grabbing for spoons.
Man. Yeah.
We never played that game out there. He was bleeding all over the place, and we've been drinking around the middle of nowhere, right? In the wind and snow and snowmobiles and all that stuff. And we were like, we're not doing this anymore, right? Because man, he was bleeding all over the place. We thought, man, we didn't know what was going on. But anyway, yeah,
Oof.
no, that could be a devastating game.
Yeah. You might as well just go play Scrabble at that point.
I mean,
Right?
our family's spoons is other family's spades.
Oh, I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I've
That's
heard you
cool.
talk about that before. You know.
Yeah.
I would love to see that though. You got to videotape it one time and then just send
Dude,
it.
I got a video on my Facebook page right now that I just shared again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for real?
From a
Okay, I gotta
Thanksgiving
check
a
that
few
out.
years back, actually, like
Nice.
10, 11 years. And my sister literally flies across the table.
Oh yeah.
Trying
Yeah.
to-
We had a guy jump up on the table once
Yeah.
to get a spoon because it was it was over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't get the one in front of him, so he jumped
She
up on
nearly
the
killed
table
her
and
own
grabbed
kid
the one down there.
to
It
get
was
to it.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh my God, that's
it's
crazy.
psychotic. Anyway,
No, it's all good, man. So I'll go ahead and get ready to wrap mine up here with a couple quick more things. Because I did a lot. I was busy. We saw Moana 2 with the family. It was cool. It was really, really good, actually. Really, really good. It was surprisingly as good as the first one to me. So that was cool. Did that, and then we went toy shopping for the toy drive, man. And I just want to say from the bottom of our heart, thank you to not only this community for everything you guys have done for us for this toy drive, whether it's physical gifts or monetary donations or sharing the fundraiser when we post it, but we just thank you. We're appreciative of everything you've done. I'm happy to report that for the first time in 3 years, we actually hit our goal.
Nice.
Of $1,000. So yes,
Very
man,
good.
clap that
Very
up.
good.
Clap that
Nice.
up. Thank you so
Nice.
much. It was a big donation at the last minute that kind of drove it home. So I want to thank everybody who donated. You can see all the thank yous on the fundraiser page. I don't want to start naming names because I'm sure I'll forget somebody, and that's just, I don't want to do that. So thank you guys so much for that. On behalf of our board, myself, my wife, and even Kennedy, who is the namesake of the foundation, and my daughter Savannah. Thank you so much. We are having our rat party this weekend, so we're getting prepared for that.
Okay.
We got to go do a little more shopping. Yeah, man. It's gonna be dope. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
know
dope.
the
We're
rap
gonna have
party's
music
always
playing.
fun. Yeah.
Oh man, so fun. I'll definitely make sure I go live at some point so we can get that going. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun time. I hope to really, really, really bring a lot of hope and joy to these kids who missing out on family events during the holiday seasons and will be in the hospital over the holidays. And sometimes they're just stuck at home, right? Because they're dealing with a pain crisis at home, and going to the hospital means just being out of their comfort zone. So even some of those kids who we know are dealing with some things over the holidays, who are battling chronic illnesses such as sickle cell, we're definitely going to make sure we take care of them as well this year. So it's going to be fun. So be on the lookout for more updates for the toy drive on that as well. Should be fun.
Nice.
Should be fun. And I think that's pretty much it for me. Yeah. Yep.
By the way, you know what's a fun rule that we put in when we're playing Uno No Mercy? Uno No Mercy now is if you go out, you stay in the game because there's the cards that will rotate the cards around the table, and you'll rotate somebody back in. So we leave everybody at the table even when you go out, and you could get rotated back in. We threw that in as a fun house rule if you want to try that out.
That is fun. We might try that. One of the things they voted on
all night though.
It might.
No, because like, for example, like we had 6 people last night, but there was only 2 people left, but somebody was stuck with a rotate card in their hand. So then 2 people rotated in. There's still 4 people out. It's just now there's 2 new people in, right?
And they keep playing that person.
You replace that person. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Trey Fi. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you, buddy. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm supposed to be producing as well, and I forgot to post some of the chat squad comments. Yep, chat squad, rise up. Let's get you in here. Dante Bayo, yes. Shout out to Esteban, man. He celebrated a wedding anniversary, and they presented their kid to the church. This guy's moving. Look at him,
newborn.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Man. Esteban, yo, congratulations on both sides, man. Look,
man.
That's a wonderful thing that you're experiencing right now, and
for sure,
it only gets better every year. It gets better.
Only gets better with time. That's it.
We're singing now.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Everything has a song related to it, buddy. Everything. Everything. Yes, sir. All right.
I just realized something. Oh yeah, I got hats on and I don't. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, you showed up that new haircut. I thought
we showed up 20 minutes.
We
showed up 20 minutes before the start of the show. You had time.
It's all right. We all got glasses, but Eric B doesn't. So
there you go. I didn't wear my glasses tonight.
It's one of these things. It's not like the other. It's like we grew up playing this game.
It's a 3 and a 3. It's a 3.
Is that what it is? Is that
we
what's
even
happening?
around? Yeah, man. We even all the way around.
All right.
All right. So let's get to one of my favorite parts of the show. Let's see if anybody transformed this week. Let's see. There we go. All right, I'm gonna start with Derek. Nope, not this week.
So, me, Mirage, and Blaster hung out.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Again?
But other than that, I didn't get anything new.
Deuce.
Yeah,
we saw that last night though.
I love my combo.
It is sweet.
So,
it is sweet.
But yeah, I haven't gotten anything new, so
listen, no pressure, man.
Christmas is coming.
How dare you? Yeah, 2 weeks.
How dare you? One of the things that we said when we started the show, man, is that I don't want anybody to feel pressured to grab something every week just for the sake of grabbing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no pressure, man. We're adults. We all got things to do. We all got things we got to take care of, and sometimes it's gonna be weeks we don't get nothing. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Jedi.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go to Mr. Scott Landia. Pull him up. Let's see what he transformed, bro. Oh yeah.
Stop it. I will come down there. I will find you.
He pulling a Rusty tonight.
Texas won't be big enough.
This ain't it.
All right. Well, we're gonna start with here.
Whoa, wait. I was looking at that wrong. Sorry. I was looking at the wheels on the front, and they kind of looked like they were too far up.
I heard they go round and round.
They do. Okay. All right. But it looks
Do
good.
they spin you right round? Speaking of songs for everything.
There you
You
go.
go.
There you go. Hey, look at that.
Now you get it.
Other than the overly tight hips that need better hardware, this is a phenomenal figure, just as it was in Legend scale. And completing this combiner is going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait.
I agree 100%.
And then my other acquisition was I actually acquired it back. The actual purchase was made at TFCon, but then I promptly walked it over to Bobby. Rusty, you'll appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
So that he could review it before sending it to me, and for me to open it up. So I just got to experience him and open him up for the first time. And
yeah.
Unique Toys.
Dumb.
They call them dumber. But yes, and I'm incredibly impressed. Like, it's a great little figure. No real back kibble to speak of. It all tightened, and even some of the things that he had some of the issues with, I actually figured out how to do. So it's like his, this area up here, he was saying it was real loose. Actually, it just kind of locks in, and yeah, it's good. It's I can't wait for the other one, and it's gonna go on my movie shelf, and yeah,
man. Dude, are you in for the Unique Toys Prime?
Oh, yes.
Dude, I can't wait.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I guess you can't really see it, but I've even got my shelf prepared because you've got this guy and you've got this guy, and Unique Toys is going to go right here.
Nice.
Okay. So what prime is that to your far left?
So this is a Black Mamba oversized of the deluxe release.
Okay.
Of like flat nose prime from the Marky Mark one.
Age of Extinction.
Yeah. So thank you, baby. My wife.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
girl.
They said, hey, baby.
Is that what I think it is? I keep asking you that. It's not. I know it's not, but I just wish it was.
What are you talking about?
The butter.
The honey mead.
The honey mead. Yeah. I don't know why I keep saying butter.
I gotta get you some of that, bro.
Man, you know where we gotta go. So
yeah.
So that's it for you, Scotty.
That's it.
Besides the drink you got at the last second.
Yeah.
All right, Rusty.
So I guess it is that time of year, right, when, as you said, money is getting tighter. So I refrain from actually going and getting anything, just to actually give my family an opportunity to actually get me some Transformers figures if they want. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, family. So I have stuff on the way. I do have stuff on the way. I will most likely have stuff for the next show, which I guess is next year. Is this our last show this year?
No,
we're doing one more after this, right? Okay, yeah. So anyway, I hope I'll have something for the next show. I don't have anything. There's stuff in the mail. I know it's on the way. I did, however.
Complete failure.
I'll just bring this guy in just because I finally reviewed this guy, if anybody cares, on my YouTube channel. I actually forgot about this guy. I forgot that I hadn't reviewed him. So I did finally review him. It's only 6 months late. No big deal. But it is 6 months old. I don't know if that counts.
Good, though.
Is it the DX9 that did Rick Geschaffen or whatever?
Yeah, Rick Geschaffen or whatever that was. Yeah,
he's better than that. Yep. Like his legs are more compact.
Yeah, the only thing, like, I found his waist is like really,
it's loose.
It's loose because of the transformation.
It'll keep you all tighten you up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big. It's a minor complaint. The only other thing I I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really like the alt mode that much. Like it looks like an A10 Warthog, but there is a lot of line paneling going on in the back half of the plane because of his legs. But I mean, I'm not displaying him in alt mode anyway, so I don't care about that. Like the robot mode looks really, really good. So if you don't have him, go get him. It's out there. He's still out there.
It's a nice one. It's still a goose egg though.
Yeah, it is a goose egg. Officially, I am a 0.
Fair enough. Well, I guess that leaves me, and like my brother from another mother down south, I also got the not Make Toys. Who is this? Magic Square. There we
You
go.
can do a Magic Square. There you go.
Magic Square Swindle, and then also to double it up, I also got the window sticker from Chris Bishop. Shout out to him.
It looks good.
It is, man. I'm with Scott. Like, there's besides the ratchet hips, and it is kind of fiddly getting it all together because it's a lot of panels. A lot of things explode and then rotate out and fold back together. Besides that, man, it is a really good figure. I'm impressed, and I am also looking forward to combining it one time. But I've come to the realization that these will be my bots. I think I'm going to go with the not Make Toys, but the MMC are going to go in my vehicle modes, and then I'm just going to stick with Zeta for the combined mode. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, as much as I'm still not a fan. I give you some, brother. Oh dang! As much as I'm not a fan of it, it's just I don't know if I'm gonna go and buy 2 of these at some point, maybe when they're on sale, and then just get rid of the Zeta altogether. Like
there you go. Now we're talking. All right.
Yes. There we go. But in the time being, right now, the way it's set up, these will be my bots. I think they look more tune accurate. Better than the MMCs, and the MMCs took the cake for a while, but when you compare them side by side, there's no contest. It's just not.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not, man. So, but that's it for me, man. That's it for me. Let us get back to the regular mode here.
Jedi was asking you a question. Do the weapons combine on Swindle?
Yeah, they do. So as you can see here, if you look how they're posted there on the back
end, the posts are offset.
There's a trigger that comes out. There's a handle. There we go. So that you can put them together, just like the brawl. You can put them on here and make it into a weapon. So yes, it does combine. Oh, wait a minute, we got some real action here in the chat. So check this out. Just got my Marge shipment notification. Ooh, nice, Dare. Nice.
Where'd you get it from, Dare?
Yeah. That's what Brian Brink asked. Where? From where? From where, Dare?
Where from, Dare?
And then Brian Brink also said he picked up a lot of cheap XTB repaints this week, which he is piggybacking off of Trey 5's comment, where he said, TF Source had a major Black Friday deal. XTB toys for everyone, like Oprah. Right. Oh, he got his from the dojo, so that means Nick is not too far behind.
All right.
That also means that we'll probably be seeing a review come pretty soon from our boy Pake.
Yes.
All right. I traded out my MMC set for the 2 Magic Square that I got. Nice. I like it, man. I like it. All right, man. Well, let's moving right along. Chat Squad, we'll be back in a quick second, but we got to get to a little segment that I like to call an Oscar coin. Does it still hold up? I think we got a bumper for that, don't we, guys? We got
somewhere.
One? All right, let's get it. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get our boy Scotty back in here. Scott, what you got there?
All right,
Rodimus.
Hey, Hey,
Don't
pipe
be
down up there.
Don't be hating.
All
I
right,
love it. I love this, Rob.
dude. What an excuse to pull this guy out of my Rodimus shrine,
Hey,
my hot
yo.
rod shrine. So this is DX9 carry, and believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this was released in late 2015. So we are talking about a 9-year-old figure
Yes,
at
sir.
this point. And the cool thing about this is that yeah, thank you, baby. Yeah, guess what? I did get it.
Oh, there
okay,
we
the
go.
The window joint. Okay.
The window sticker.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Chris Bishop. Call out to him. Everybody,
All right.
if you want one, get on that boy's chain and yank it. So this one, like, let's go through it, right? So you got your head, you got a single jointed elbow that only gets about that far, which is,
but it was,
not great, but
the
again,
time.
2015, ladies and gentlemen,
it was of the time,
right? 2015, and honestly, there are plenty of toys that come out today that still only have a single jointed elbow that goes to 90 degrees. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Single jointed knees that get to just a hair past
smidget over.
Yep. No real ankle, but you get, of course, the full run there, and the bandana,
ratcheted hips,
right? Ratcheted hips, so great hardware.
Yeah.
The freaking, like, this guy cuts a very good pose, and the amazing part about this is that, okay, so not much. I mean, I know that it kind of looks more than it really is. I'm never like overwhelmed by the backpack when I look at this guy. Like, to me, it's not an oversized backpack, especially for what it is, which is it's the entire Rodimus trailer on his back, and you don't really see it from the front end. You get a little bit of width in the back, but not an egregious amount. And he's like, anyway, I love this figure. One of my favorite Hot Rod / Rodimus renditions.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Where's the die cast at on him, Scotty? Is it just in his feet, or
so you got the feet here, right? And then
joints.
He's probably got,
some in the joints, and then you have a little bit on the forearms here. This is
nice.
Yeah. The only thing that was it's in my top 40. Yeah, bro. The only thing I was slightly disappointed about is that the chest plate really didn't have like a vibrant paint apps, and so I did get some stickers
label
from repro labels, and sparingly applied them where I felt like it was appropriate, but certainly jazzed him up a little bit.
Yeah, I see.
So
it looks good. It looks good. Well, Chat Squad, let us know. Do you guys think this still holds up? Before we give our mini critique on this, before Scott breaks it on the show.
Yeah. Honestly, he's solid he's solid. He's a solid.
Biggest thing I loved about
Ratchet.
this DX9 carry is the fact that the trailer transforms within him.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are used to the trailer being separate, and then it splits into the base and whatnot. But for me, I never saw him use that base in the cartoon media, or not even comic media. I never.
Wait a minute, what?
I never seen him use it in the cartoon. So
he definitely did a couple of times.
When?
In season 3, episode I want to say, because it was after the first 5, which was the Faces of Death, right?
Face of Darkness.
5
Faces of Darkness. Yep. So it had to be in that next 10 episode stretch. He definitely used it, and the cannon.
Yeah, there was some point where he does jump on his platform, and he's using the cannon.
I've never seen him. Okay,
it's brief.
Really
it's brief. Yeah.
Come on, man. Who you talking to over here? Who you talking?
Okay. I mean, I believe you, bro. I'm just saying. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember that.
No, it wasn't a lot. It's brief. It's brief.
I forgot
Okay.
something that I got in the what you get.
Oh,
It's too late now.
Hey,
All
let's
right.
go. Let's
Hey.
go.
Are y'all all in on the other release that's gonna come out with the cell shading?
I know.
I might grab that one since I missed out on this one. That's
I need
the
an
like
Evangelion repaint.
the China Mall exclusive or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You
might
didn't,
grab that one.
Eric. You didn't get a Studio Series Optimus?
No,
I'll send you mine.
Man, what?
Boom! Merry Christmas.
All right.
My
That's
man,
what
I
Actually-
appreciate
do.
that.
Actually,
how
you know
we
what?
do.
Hit up Nick because Nick had one held for me for the raffle,
Yeah,
which
I think he
didn't
sold the other
go.
one. Yeah, I
So
think
he
sold the
might
other
still
one.
have it. Hit him up and
Okay.
see if he's got it. If he doesn't have it, let me know. I'll send you
think
mine.
he sold the
Ah.
other one. Yeah.
Oh, did
that's
he?
what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
No worries, we'll figure it out. No worries,
figure it
no
out.
worries,
Yeah.
no
Christmas,
worries. But
buddy.
I-
Christmas.
Rusty, what else
Let's-
you got? You know,
I got all sorts of stuff, buddy. What do you need? What do you need? I got a blaster back there. Do you want a blaster? I can give you.
Yeah, you know he loves him some
Express ship it.
I know.
Express ship it.
So
But
let's the chat squad I think might be sleeping a little bit tonight. So I'll go ahead and start it off. I do think that still holds up. The ratchets are still strong in it. The articulation points are there. It was ahead of its time in the fact that it was all encompassing, all in one transformation. Before Fans Toys did it with Motormaster, which was still also great. DX9 Carry, I believe, started it off. So, I know for sure they did because my daughter was 7 when the Fans Toys Motormaster came out. So, the stance on it is great. The paint still looks good for what is on there that is painted, and the colors are still vibrant. And I'm a Hot Rod fan, so Hot Rod,
Yeah, absolutely.
Rodimus Prime is dope. But the ratchets itself is pretty cool. I wonder if there's a way to manipulate those arms though to get a double jointed, but that's just me and my engineering brain. But it's cool.
Yep.
It's cool.
Yeah. Trey Fly, did you just call me a Decepticon?
I don't know why he did, but he did.
I don't know. What
Do not
that
miss
impression-
faction our brother Derek.
No, please don't do that. I won't.
That's funny.
You will send him on a week's rant.
Dude,
What about you guys? You guys think this holds up?
I mean, the only thing I don't like on it is the backpack. But given the fact, as you guys said, and I never had the opportunity to own him, right? But I mean, the minute that Scott brought that on the screen, right? Like that I think is the best looking. Yeah, the presence of it, right? It is probably the best looking out of all the iterations that we have. I don't like the size of the backpack on it, but totally willing to forgive it, given the fact that exactly as you guys said, that it is the only one that collapses his entire trailer into his backpack. So, and it doesn't look terrible from the front, like Scott said, right? So, that thing totally holds up. The only other thing I don't like is the wheels, though. Like his wheels up on his shoulders are really small, right?
I can easily get past that though.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it for a 9-year-old figure. Yeah, see, like, so is it? Oh yeah, okay, right. So those are the wheels for the front. Okay, yeah.
I got past it even at the time. You know, this was my very first third-party Rodimus that I ever got. Because I got the Rodimus before I got the MP. Yeah. You know, I got a Carry before I got the MP Rodimus. So, I just, you know, it was just like I really enjoyed this one. This was one piece that I actually transformed back and forth. I actually still have that piece. You know, that's one piece that I didn't get rid of yet. I don't think I am going to get rid of it because it just, you know, encompassed everything that I was enjoying during that time. I don't transform my figures as much now, but when that DX9 Carry, when I had that and I was taking it in and out of display, I would do it back and forth with and especially, I don't know, you got the you still got the Target Master that came with them and all that too. So
Yep.
You still got him. Yeah, and that Target Master was very impressive to me too because of because it was basically a long gun.
It was almost like it was his rifle.
Yeah. So it was pretty dope. So I you know, loved Carry.
I mean, and the other thing with it too, like talking about the fact that his trailer transforms into his backpack in a day when we're getting Marg or whatever we're calling Fans Toys Ultra Magnus, who essentially breaks apart into a parts former, right, to go into the Ultra Magnus armor and that,
Yeah.
right? So,
Mhm.
given that, and that Takara Tomy did MP22, and the whole trailer transformed without separating anything, right? Yeah, I mean, that thing 9 years old. I mean, yeah, that totally stands up with anything else that's out there today. Stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Dude.
go. Got a little sticker action.
Chris, you awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Nice little thank you notice. Little thank you
Yeah.
letter.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. That's cool, man. That's cool. All right. Let's get us everybody back in their places. Back in their places.
I belong down here. No, over there. Okay.
There we go. All right. Well, this show is brought to you by Nick the Toy Guy. Let's
The
go ahead
letter
and get
C.
that up. This show is brought to you by NickTheToyGuy.com. Shout out to Nick the Toy Guy. I pretty much exclusively buy all my Fans Toys figures from him, but he does have a large swath of action figures and Transformers on his website. So go ahead and head on over to NickTheToyGuy.com. Don't forget to use the promo code DYETB10 for 10% off your entire order. Don't forget to combine that with the code free ship so you can get free shipping for rates under $10. All right. That little business is out the way. Shout out to Nick the Toy Guy. I can't wait to get our Ultra Magnus from him. It's going to be a nice little Christmas gift to ourselves. Looking forward to it. But without further ado, and what all the people came here to hear us chat about tonight, Transformers turned 40. So happy 40th to Transformers.
Yay!
Shout out, yeah, man. Shout out to the Transformers franchise that brought many of us together. So we want to talk a little bit about Transformers and their growth and many different other topics on that 40-year span, the failures, the milestones, its impact on us individually, its impact on pop culture, its impact on the collector community. So without further ado, we're going to let our boy Scotty Too Hottie go through a list of thoughts.
Is that what we're going with?
Just one time.
No,
Just the one
no,
time.
no.
Just one time.
Sorry.
Okay, just one time.
It's a force of habit, man. I'm sorry. I'll get it right, though, Scott. I'll get it right. I promise you. But yeah, I'll let Scott go ahead and take it away, man.
Well, I mean, okay, so we're all kind of an age here, right? Derek, you're a year behind me. Rusty, I don't know that I know how old you are, but I'm gonna assume that you were weaned on G1.
He's 68.
I will tell you that I am less than a week away from turning 50.
Okay, all right. So
Hey.
you're just a little bit behind Derek there. That's great.
Yep.
Eric B, you're our younger brother.
Yes,
But yeah,
and
look at that.
cute one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I lied. It's 8 days away.
There you go.
Days
Oh,
away.
wait. I'm sorry. Real quick. I'm sorry to do this, but to double back, guys, like I've been working hard, right? So, one thing I forgot to put in my week
That's a weird
Is that-
flex, but okay.
on on Thanksgiving morning, I got up and I weighed myself, and I actually hit my weight goal of 227.
Nice.
So,
Oh, nice.
Good job.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
All
Good job.
right. Congrats, man.
There you go.
thank you, guys. I appreciate
All
it. man.
right. Let me send them
Sorry.
yams to you so you can get that weight back. All right.
Hey man, it's still cold outside, so they can sit there at least until spring. So-
There you go. There you go.
all right, man. Sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
So we as a group are all weaned on G1. But what that also means is that we went through a time period. I think probably I'm going to guess each of us, but let's go around the room a little bit in the sense of, did you exit, and at what point during the Transformers 40-year stretch did you re-enter?
Ooh. Let's start with you, Rusty.
I would have unfortunately exited right after the G1 cartoon. Now, why was that? 86, 87. Beast Wars. So I remember somehow getting a hold of or seeing the Japanese versions of like when it left North America, right? And the voiceovers were weird, right? The storylines were crazy. It just didn't like it didn't fit to a North American audience, right? It fit more to a Japanese audience, right? Yeah, and it was and it was just weird and you know, at the time being 13, 14, whatever it was, it just didn't do anything for me. So I fell off Transformers like right after the cartoon left North America, right? I remember still going back and reading the comics, right? Like I had all the comics. I collected comics at the time, and I had all the Transformers comics. I remember going back and rereading them, and I think even at the time I was trying to convince my parents, like, was there some way that we could get? Because I found out that there was the comics in the UK. And I was like, is there any way that we can get them here in Canada? Blah blah blah. And of course, my mom was like, I'm not buying you comics from another country, you know, and let alone it's bad enough that you buy the comics that you have, you know, like that type of parent, right? That didn't understand, you know, why we collected the things we collected when we were kids and all that stuff.
Your mama said, boy, please.
Yeah, right. Like, you know, anyway. So yeah, and then when did I get back into it? So Beast Wars did not get me back into it because, and we talked about that before, right? That I couldn't get past the Transformers being animals, right, or organic beings, right, and that storyline just didn't fit into what I remembered, right, as a kid. But as we talked about as well, right, it did like rekindle my interest in Transformers. You know, and go back and I remember like my parents still had all the Transformers that I had when I was growing up in boxes, and I remember going back and finding them and taking them out and seeing like which ones were broken, which ones weren't, right, and trying to transform them and all that stuff before they eventually got sold off. And I think I quickly fell out of it because of Beast Wars, right? Because it just wasn't going the way that I wanted it to, or what I remembered from my childhood. And then of course the movies, right? I mean, you know, from the time that Beast Wars happened to when the movies happened, I mean, that's where, and I'm sure
so
this might be the same for you guys, but
specific time brought you back? Like when were you back into like I picked up my first Transformer in 10 years or whatever?
Yeah, it would have been it would have been the first movie, right? Because
movie,
from
2007.
like from the G1 to when the movie came out, it was college for me. My parents are in the forces. We moved around a lot. College, school, job, right? First job, all that stuff got in the way, right?
Yeah.
Of collecting and anything else, right? And then
Girls.
Transformers, the movies, and I was like, oh Jesus. And it immediately, right, rekindled, right, everything from my childhood. And I had some expendable cash then. And
What was your first figure purchase to bring you back in?
It was an alternator.
Okay.
I remember it was the alternator line.
Yeah.
I think that happened at around the same time, right? So
2004, 2005 was alternators when they first started arriving.
yeah, and the Transformers movie was 2003?
Seven. And,
seven.
But
Okay.
alternators, I think, were at that time still releasing. It was in the later throws, I think.
Yeah. So I can't remember now what I did first. I can't remember if it was
the Honda 2000s.
I can't remember if it was the movie, right, that got me back into it, or it was that I found out that there was an alternators line, because I was just starting to get into motorsports at around the same time too, in the early 2000s as well. And so that's right, the real world cars mixed in with the characters I remember from the cartoon.
Yeah, bro.
So it was one of those two, either alternators or the movie, or a combination of the two that got me back in.
Okay. Derek?
So day one, I've been since '84. I've been rocking with Transformers since then. I've never really left.
Okay.
I've been pretty consistent because even after G1 kind of turned into G2, I stayed in it. With the color changes and the change of the show with the shifting and all of that. Beast Wars followed almost right after that. Beast Machines, and then the Unicron trilogy. The toy lines were pretty consistent. Marvel dropped the line with their comics, but you know, not Image Comics, but Dreamwave Comics.
Dreamwave.
Dreamwave Comics picked it up, and that just reinvigorated my interest in Transformers and all of that. I've never really dropped Transformers, because I've always been plugged in, if you will.
Yeah.
Because anytime, because I got real familiar with the Japanese line later on when it became available, because they were people were selling their episodes on CDs on eBay, and that's how I got them.
Yeah.
So, and I was watching them off the CDs, and I just been plugged in for the lifetime. And when they started dropping the episodes on DVD, those will come out at Best Buy, and then I'll go buy them. And then they had the collector pack, which I actually still got. That's actually the one that I have signed. Yeah. Well, I didn't have that one. I didn't have that one. Somebody literally homemade the ones that I had, and I don't have them anymore. But because I actually threw them out after I bought the one when Shout Factory put them on DVD. So, but yeah, I never really got disconnected. I tried to stay connected all the time because Transformers, as far as the toys, was my first love. Transformers came out when I was literally 9 years old. I was 9 years old and going into my 10th birthday, which was in September, because Transformers first aired in the U.S. September 17th, 1984. My birthday is September 20th. So I turned 10, and I've been rocking with it ever since. When the toys started coming out, I got the toys and everything, and I started with the mini bots because those were cheaper. I was getting Go bots at the same time. Y'all know the story when it comes to the pricing, when it comes to your parents making choices as far as what they're going to buy for you, what's more inexpensive, but you're going to enjoy it at the same time. Yeah, I had those parents. So yeah, it was like Go bots are cheaper. Won't you get these? And I enjoyed the Go bots too. Don't get me wrong, but I would have really rather have my Transformers. When Blaster came out, it was like I looked at that. I mean, you already knew Jazz was a brother by the voice actor and everything. But when Blaster came out, and mind you, I wasn't fully aware of what we call representation back then. But those were the things that drew me to those type of characters. Because the character sounded like a brother. I was like, that's a brother. That's the ones I want. So I had Jazz. I had Blaster. So, but Blaster was the one that I really identified with. And there's like every iteration of Blaster that ever came out during that time. And since then, I've been definitely picking Blaster up. But yeah, I've been pretty consistent. I don't think I've ever dropped Transform. I've dropped a lot of other things, but I've never ever dropped Transform, because even when Transformers wasn't doing anything, it was like me. It was like that. How it's like that kid sitting on the porch waiting for dad to come home, in a sense. You know what I mean? It was me waiting for them to do something else. And then when they did something else, I just got right back into it, and it was just the thing for me. So yeah, I never really dropped it. 40 years. I've given Transformers all these 40 years.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Eric?
Nice. Yeah, man, for me, it was probably right after Beast Wars. I mean, I watched it as a kid. I had a few of the toys. One of the few Transformers I had bought with my own money. So that was when my jumping off point, because it kind of died down from there. And then I didn't pick it up again until G2. Was G2? What is that? Who dinging over here? Oh, that's you.
Sorry.
Gravy Train. G2 was G2 after Beast Wars.
No, it was
before.
Okay, so it had to have been that, and I don't think I got back into it until, I can't remember which came first. I want to say yes. Okay, so the Unicron trilogy is what got me back into it, and it wasn't so much or watching Armada on TV; it's seeing that new toy line in the store and Target having them all.
Mhm.
So I literally went and bought every one that I can find, and then on my lunch break, my partner's lunch break because I was working in Circuit City at the time. He was like, "I'm going over to Target." I said, "Cool. I know they got these three. I missed them. Grab those for me when you come back." I gave him money. I was like, "When you come back, just put them in the break room." And that's what got me back into it. And actually, that's what started my adult collecting life of Transformers.
Yeah.
And then that led to the MPO1, but the US GameStop exclusive version that had the battle damage of Optimus Prime, and I was off to the races from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before I hit with mine, just gonna highlight a few of the comments here. You already highlighted Jedi Mindset. So Dante, he left after the Unicron trilogy. So
Yep, I put him up.
Yep. And then came back in 2017. Brink, he was out in 87. Then bought a couple in the G2 era. And he didn't come back until after college when MP01 dropped. So I separate mine as well. BP and AP before puberty and after puberty. I was 11 years old when the show dropped in 84. So I only had a couple years, and even like, dude, at 13, like, you're still doing Transformer toys, and there's some kids out there that are beyond you at that point. And so I eventually like shut it down because girls became a thing in my life, and I didn't hold on to it through that stage. And then I was walking down a toy aisle in 2004 and saw that side Smokescreen. It wasn't Smokescreen. What's the other one?
Blue Streak.
Thank you, Blue Streak.
Blue Streak or Proud,
that's Subaru.
Yeah.
WRX, and I was
the alternator.
Yeah.
No, that was Smokescreen.
So Smokescreen, the blue,
Yeah.
the blue.
Yeah. Also, I thought you were talking about the anniversary, the anniversary version.
No, I'm talking about the blue one with the yellow.
That was definitely Smokescreen.
Okay. Yeah, and like I was like, that's a Transformer.
Yeah.
And I was hooked back in again from then. So that was my journey, if you will. All right. So all right. Now we're gonna go around the room on this one, and we'll do one initially, just to keep the time. And if we get around fast enough, we can go another round.
Sure.
One, in your opinion, one of the key milestones of the Transformers franchise over the last 40 years. Let's go back around the other way. So Eric B.
The 1986 movie. It was huge. And it was huge for two different reasons. One, it began the downfall of the G1 cartoon series as we knew it.
Yep.
And two, it was the first time we seen characters die on screen in that franchise. Normally they take a hit and they get back up, or they're injured and they go get repaired, but die. Whew. So that was a milestone.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Derek B.
The 20th right when the 20th anniversary started, that's when third party started being relevant. That's when third party started getting introduced.
Ooh.
And it changed the collector community during that time.
So 20th anniversary would have been 2004, which is and they released MPO1 as a 20th anniversary.
No, that's
right?
that's the Hasbro. That's a license figure though.
Okay,
that's a license figure. I'm trying to remember the name of the company that started doing it. Was the one that they did.
That's Springer. Because the
Wasn't
Springer
Springer?
was, I think, the one that I remember being the first third party was the Springer.
So because
Whole
it was
figure.
around because it was actually it wasn't 2004. The only reason why I said 20th anniversary is because it was around that time. I believe it was around 2008, 2009 is when third party really started becoming prevalent. And then as it moved on, it started getting more popular, and Hasbro not really paying attention to it. When it started getting really popular around 2014, 2013, 2014. That's when I really that's when I really started getting serious about collecting, because I noticed the price changing. When MPO1 came out, that was I think it was like $100.
It was about $100.
That
Yeah.
price mark,
Mhm.
that was $100.
Yeah.
And that told me that, okay, I gotta get leveled up, because I need to be able to afford this stuff. So I gotta get really serious about my money. And then, me being married at the time, I had to make choices to, to put stuff away so I can be able to get into the masterpiece collection.
Yeah.
That Optimus started out, and then, right after that, it was Skywarp, I think it was, when I saw it. And they had that in the Toys R Us, and it was like 115 or something like that. I was like,
Skywarp was a Walmart. That was the Walmart.
Was it the
exclusive
Walmart
one.
exclusive?
Yep,
I know it was
remember
one
that
of them.
one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one
I
of
remember
them.
that.
Pricing was a thing when it came to these Transformers, and then, that's when I started really paying attention to the collection aspect of it, because it means there's value to what you're about to get into,
Rather than just fiddling with it and throwing it on it.
Exactly.
In a pile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you finally got it, you wanted to be real careful with it because of the pricing of it. This ain't a chug. This ain't something you just gonna pull out the package and just play with, transform, do whatever, and then just put it away or put it in the bin.
Yeah.
You're gonna treat these mugs like it's a bar gold. You know what I mean? So yeah. That was a milestone. That was the milestone marker for me after the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rusty?
You know what? As much as it will pain me to say this, I'm going to go with the live action movies. When the live action movies came out, that was a reinvigoration for all of us. I think a lot of us again to relive our childhood and experience all the characters and that we grew up with. But it also brought, for those people who weren't as heavily invested in Transformers as, from our memories as kids, or like Derek, right, who never went away. But it brought it mainstream for everybody who may have heard of Transformers, or knew that their kids had grown up with Transformers, or that their kids were watching cartoons, variations of Transformers, that it was now bringing everything mainstream and reinvigorated the line. As much as I hate saying it, because we all know how badly that the movies went in regards to storytelling, but it was a moment, whether we like to admit it or not, and coincidentally coincided with a lot of the things that we talk about today about, masterpiece collecting showed up around the same time. Third-party companies started showing up around the same time, right? So they started targeting those of us as adults that had grown up with the original cartoon, and now we're old enough to
afford it.
Go and buy these things, right? Go to movies, afford these more expensive collectibles, right? Et cetera, et cetera. So it all tied in together.
Yeah. It's interesting. So a lot of people malign the movies, right? And rightfully so, because there was some really shitty storytelling. There were some really shitty creative choices that they made. But I would say that there is, I think, a tremendous amount of credit owed to what the movies did for the advancement of engineering around these figures.
Mhm.
You think, you know, that movie came out in 2007. So you're talking like 2005, 2006, 2000. You're still knee deep in the Unicron trilogy. These Transformers were incredibly simplistic. They were very, very blocky, you know, even Cybertron, right? And then you look at post that, and you get some much better. I mean, Prime came right out on the heels of this, and Prime
the
has
2007 movie.
Yeah, to date, it's still one of the best Transformers series from a
100%
figure and a storytelling. So the movies definitely spawned the creativity there that produced Prime, that produced some of our later engineering from a toy aspect, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I'm there with you. It's a major milestone. Mine for me would be the emergence of third party, because if it wasn't for it, unfortunately, like, I mean, my collection wouldn't be what it is today. We in the first kind of like emergence was that I can't remember what it was called. Maybe it was a commander set or whatever it was. That was like an add-on, tack-on set to Classics Ultra Magnus that made him that gave him his armor pieces.
Fans Project.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then in 2010 was Warbot Defender, which was that third-party Springer, which was the first full-fledged actual fully transformable third-party robot that we got that was like serious business, right? It was very blocky. It was very whatever. I think there was an Insecticon that was around that time as well. But and then, I mean, does it feel like it was that long ago? 2010.
Yeah, I know.
And then 2013 was Fans Toys release of Shockwave. Like 11 years. It doesn't really. It seems like it's a lot longer. So anyway, that would be my milestone. What do you want to do? Go around the room for another milestone, or moving on?
I got an honorable mention.
Okay.
And it took place in season 3. The time that so we know Transformers and G.I. Joe have shared a history for quite some time. But when they pulled Old Snake onto the screen, and we who had watched the G.I. Joe show knew who that was, it was a moment in Transformers history for anybody who was a fan of both. Even if you didn't know about the comics and their crossover appeal, because it happened even in the old Marvel comics, to see Old Snake on the screen and to see these Transformer characters as humans, and then also to later find out that Flint was Marissa Fairborn's dad. I mean, it was just great. It was just great, man. So that
even though that crossover, so you feel like you feel it's nostalgic enough about that, even though that the onset of crossovers eventually resulted in Godzilla Megatron.
I mean, don't even get me started on that.
Oh my crap. God.
Y'all saw the show last night, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey, look, I'm trying to be chill. Look. Okay, let's keep going. We're not
okay. So nice honorable mention. Anyone else? Major milestone?
I really appreciate. I mean, speaking to what Eric was talking about with Old Snake. You know, I really appreciate the fact that we got an Old Snake in the form of it was the BotCon exclusive. Because they did him, and they took the two bats, and they took him and put two bats with him that recovered the sound wave. They did Marissa Fairborn with
Lightspeed,
yeah. So yeah, it was dope, man. I was just like, yo, I mean, I appreciate it. And then they came out with who actually came out with the human figures? Was it Dr. Wu?
No, so like there was somebody who did the customs, or was it?
No, they were actual. It was because they did Rodimus, they did RC.
Yeah,
they did all four of them.
Didn't
I can't remember the company that did them.
XTB came.
Well, they did the little miniatures, but somebody did 3 3/4.
Oh, the actual 3 3/4. Oh,
right.
Oh, we talking about from the one episode where they were all humans, like Ultra Magnus, Springer.
Yeah, what was the name of that episode?
I can't remember the name of that company, but
Only
Here's-
human.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, but
Eric,
I
yeah.
slept on that, and I was like, yeah, ain't nobody buying them things. And, you know, I was just like, I'm going to get them at some point. And then when I finally decided to get them, they were sold out everywhere. And then you go on
Mhm.
eBay and try to look for the mugs.
150.
Forget it. I'm like, you're going
Yeah.
to pay a pretty penny. I was like, that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that taught me, don't sleep when it comes to, you know, getting a figure that, you know, that you have a high interest in. Because there's someone out there just like you that have that high interest, but they took advantage and really took advantage of that and went in. While you're waiting, because you're waiting on something, you're not really serious about something else, someone's snatching up what you may want. So don't sleep. The one thing that this collecting community has taught me is don't sleep on something that you actually want. If you want it right then, find a way to get it right then and there.
Yeah. Oh man. I just got to call out Jeremy B is in the chat. Jeremy B,
Yes,
we
sir.
love you. We
What
love
up,
you, Jeremy B.
JB?
Even if you do miss out on Ghost of Christmas Past, we love you, brother. My wife actually taught me that lesson, and I love her for it. She's just like, dude, get it when it releases. Do not wait.
Yeah.
And man, it's like I gotta love my wife for that. All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Wait, I think Rusty might have had one. Did you have one?
Go for it, man.
One quick one. Transformers 1.
Yeah.
I know it just happened, but if that's not a milestone for all of us who have been sitting here waiting for the movie,
a good quality Transformers
that we
movie.
wanted, right?
Yeah.
It's not G1, but it did give us what we wanted, a good story with a potential backbone and a future. And I think that 5 years from now, we'll look back on TF1 and go, that was a milestone as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
From your lips to
I'm going to
God's
call it now.
All right. All right. So this next one is, dude, this one's close to my heart because have you successfully birthed the love of Transformers into another human being, whether it be a son, a daughter, a niece, a nephew, grandchild, friend, whatever? And we'll reverse the order. So Rusty, you're first.
So my wife and I, we don't have kids, unfortunately. However, my brother is blessed with a boy and girl twins. The twins are younger, and so my nephew twin, he loves Bumblebee, and I will attribute that to me, even though he lives in a completely different city in a completely different province. I had something to do with that. I have absolutely no idea if I actually had anything to do with that, but I'm going to take credit for it that I've instilled something in my nephew. He loves Bumblebee. We'll see how long that lasts, but that's as much as I've been able to instill my Transformers love into anybody else. It's difficult to do when you're obviously not around them all the time, right? But it is something that I do ask him about anytime that I get a chance to talk to him on the phone, video chat or whatever, right? I was like, hey, did you pick up any new Transformers? Yes, Uncle Scott, I did. And he'll break out the next iteration of Bumblebee that they found at Toys R Us or whatever. So that's kind of fun to see when he does that.
Yeah.
So
Derek B.
I think I scared my kids away from it because of my collection, and they wanted to touch it sometimes. I'm like, don't touch that. Don't touch. No, I don't want you touching this. Don't touch this. You know how much this costs. Yeah, and I think I drove them away in that sense. So I didn't instill it in my kids. I think the best I've done was, inspire my nephew, who's my younger brother's son. Like his youngest son, I inspired him into Thundercats because he saw he just happened to be over here, and we were just thumbing through TV, and I was like, y'all ever seen Thundercats? And then we watched that, and we watched the first episode, and he was like, can we keep watching? And then he watched literally the entire first season, and the rest left him by himself. So, and then I bought him the Super 7. I bought him a couple of the Super 7 figures, but yeah. That's what I've inspired. Unfortunately, I wasn't successful with Transformers, but that was my fault. That was my
I was
fault.
just about to jump in, Eric, and tell you got to get control of your boy, man, because he's talking about non-Transformers stuff
Right.
again.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wasn't successful, but it's okay. It's okay. They'll
Oh,
find their
good.
love. They found their love in other things, So
Eric Beefy B.
Yo, so my daughters, so they both love con life, right? So like they've traveled to a couple of TF cons and bot cons with me, and the wife, so they do enjoy that. Kennedy is a fan of the franchise. She
Nice.
can name the characters. She has been watching Earthspark on her own. As soon as it came up on Netflix, she was like, "Oh, Earthspark is on, cool." And I said, "But baby, that's been out on Nickelodeon." She said, "Well, it's new to me, and I'm watching it."
Mhm.
So she thoroughly enjoys Transformers. She even has a few of her own. She's a hot rod girl as well. And her sister has the female, I think it's Vectron or something like that, the female combiner that they had in Combiner Wars.
Oh,
She has it
Victorion.
up in her room. Victorion,
Yeah,
that's
Victorian.
it. So
Yeah. Mhm.
so they both like Savannah likes Transformers in her own way, and Kennedy loves Transformers. So I think I've done my job as a girl dad and imparting that into them.
Nice.
Right.
Nice. Well, I have to say, Derek, that I probably pulled the same mistake with my kids, and I had 2 girls and 1 boy, and probably did the same mistake with my boy and not having like a bunch of them that he could just play with, right?
Mhm.
But this was definitely a proud grandpa moment. That this was
Oh, nice.
son.
That's what's up.
This is what he had for his Halloween costume.
Halloween.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously, you see the Christmas tree in the background, and that's because this picture was taken just this weekend. And so he wanted to pull that thing out and show me when I got there because he was so proud of it.
Man.
That's
and
awesome.
I took him to the movies when the first 4 episodes of G1 re-released.
That was
in the
recent.
Oh
movies.
yeah.
And that kid, I'm telling you, his name is Percy, and he's like,
Okay.
"Grandpa, when are we going to another Transformers movie?"
Oh,
Yes, sir.
that's dope. That's dope.
So yeah, it gives me all kinds of feels, my brothers. It gives me all kinds of
good.
feels. But honestly, that piece of what we love and passing it on is what's going to ensure that we have stuff to appreciate for years to come. So
100%. 100%.
all right, last question that I have anyway. Some people might have others. What's possible for the next generation of Transformers fans?
Oof. Is that back on me?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I think it's gonna be sparse. It's gonna be scarce. Transformers 1 had potential to be the next big thing, and Hasbro kind of blew it. They marketed it to little kids. They showed a whole bunch of yuck in it, and didn't give the adults a chance to really buy into it, although the adults are the people who really said they loved it when they saw it. And their kids did enjoy it when they went, but the marketing plan failed, and I doubt that they're going to get another one. Maybe Paramount will do it. I'm hoping so, but
well, no, it was a Paramount project anyway.
Right, but
it had funding. It had funding from
by Hasbro.
Right,
co-finance. So now that they're removing all of their co-financing or financing, helping to finance movies, hopefully Paramount will pick it up because the movie does deserve a sequel. It has potential. I think just like the Turtles franchise, it has a chance to come back with staying power as long as it's something like that. But I think it's in limbo, and without us giving it to our kids and helping them to have access to G1, which you can get for free on many different platforms. Amazon Prime now is showing it all day long. Pluto TV, and what's the other one? Tubi. Name a few. You can watch it on a continuous loop on YouTube. I mean, hopefully we can continue to get our kids involved. Earthspark is on Netflix. People have access to Netflix. But without them, having something that's for them that drags them right back to the screen, it's going to be tough. And the toys have to go with it.
Yeah.
My hope is, if you remember the Spider-Man animated, was not Into the Spider-Verse, but the first one.
Across
the first one.
So Into the Spider-Verse was the first one.
Was
Across
it? Okay.
the Spider-Verse was the second one.
Oh, okay. So so that Spider-Man movie actually wasn't commercially successful when it released as a film, but it had such appeal and popularity when it went to streaming.
Yeah.
That it gained a cult following that produced the second movie. It is my hope that for Transformers 1 that dynamic is there.
It's a great point, because the second one was amazing and it took off.
Yeah. Derek B, what's possible for the next generation?
So Transformers Earthspark, Paramount did that for the kids, and they used that platform to bring in Transformers, but also use that as a platform to educate in cultured environments or social environments. I believe that with Paramount taking on that and joining with Hasbro to do the Transformers 1, I truly believe that they learned their lesson in regards to how they handled Transformers 1, because they handled Transformers 1 like they handled Transformers Earthspark. Now, with if y'all didn't notice, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but for those of you that actually did watch Transformers Earthspark, they actually canceled it because they felt like it wasn't getting any traction or anything like that. But there was a fan outpour for the actual show, and they were like, y'all need to bring that show back. And lo and behold, they brought it back, and they had new episodes for it. They're going to continue with other seasons on it. It's going to be the same effect with Transformers 1 when it gets its footing, and I believe it's gotten its footing now. Transformers 1 is now on Paramount as well, streaming. So with that streaming boost and the interest that it's been getting, and the money that is actually made on digital platforms, I believe that we're definitely going to get a Transformers 2. I'm hoping that we get a Transformers 2 based on those trends. So I'm looking forward to that particular rise, if you will, of the franchise, and hopefully they'll be able to build upon it. We've been seeing a lot of media, a lot of toy stuff that's been coming out of that franchise as well. You've seen the most success with Transformers 1 with the model kits, both YOLO Park and Blockies have been doing those. And but yeah, I mean, it could only get better. The one thing that I hope they don't do is handle it like Bayformers was handled. Because Bayformers, what they did was, particularly with their main character, Optimus Prime, Optimus was literally coined as Murder Prime. Nobody no adults wanted their kids to see him talking like that and acting like that, because if you notice after you watch those Bayformers movies, you watch something like Transformers Prime, he was never like that. The only time you probably seen him lightly get that way is when Megatron supposedly had killed Bumblebee or something towards the end of in the Beast
Beast Hunters.
Yeah, the Beast Hunter series. So but yeah, it's all in the way it's being handled. We as fans have got to be able to help them learn how to handle this particular product. We got to be vocal about it, reach out and, post and, comment on posts that, they talk about this stuff. That's what we can do to keep this franchise rolling, but that's what we got to do. We got to be heavily involved, not just within us, but they're not going to hear it, because they're not, truth be told, They're not going to come in with us to talk to us about. They're not doing focus groups with us to talk about how this franchise should be. They're going on. They're going on analytics to say what's going to make them money. They don't care about the. They don't care about the characters. They don't care about the creation of this. All they want to do is make money. So we got to always remember that, and that's why we got to be as we got to be as.
Brink always bringing the light side.
Always
This is his backhand
man.
insult.
Rodimus comment.
Rodimus,
Yeah, for sure.
It's like
For
we
sure.
see right through you, Brink.
Flame
For
decorated.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, is they gotta be able to tap into us. We gotta convince them to tap into us to be successful.
Well, it's not about us, it's about the kids. So like he's asking at what point does this help like for the next generation? I mean, what is happening, do you think? And say it one more time, Scott, just so I can make sure we don't fumble this up.
What's possible for the next generation?
For the next generation,
This is
possible?
not, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But that's
like,
what's
we've seen
possible.
so much happen over the past 20, 30, 40 years with regards to this franchise in the evolution of it.
Mhm.
You know, that
But that's
what can they see in their time?
Correct.
Yeah, but that's what we have to do. We have to speak to this so they'll have the opportunity to be able to experience it. And then if they decide that they want to change or have some type of different effect for them, they'll follow the same blueprint so that thing can keep going. It can keep going. Because as long as you're talking about it, it's going to be relevant. So that's what you have to do. That's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah.
Rusty? So, I mean, picking up on what Derek's saying, right? I mean, I'm the eternal optimist. Get it? See what I did there? For the next generation. So,
I mean, optimist.
Right. So picking up on like a TF1, right? And the aligned continuity that Hasbro had created and then let fall to the wayside. And now it seems like they've picked it back up with TF1, right? So what's possible for the next generation? I hope that TF1 is the beginning of what we experience for the G1 cartoon for the next generation, right?
Yeah.
And to Derek's comment, right, is if they can follow the blueprint that they had created in '84, where they took a bunch of storytellers, right? Bob Budiansky, write us up a bunch of character bios, put some storylines together. If they can take what they have as a solid platform right now, and we saw all of our characters in that movie, right? Now we just need to develop character stories for all those characters that we saw. Turn that into, and by the way, was it Trey in the comments, I think? No, Dante. Dante's got the right idea. And this is where I hope that they go. This is what I would like to see the possibility for the next generation is TF1 turns into a cartoon. So they do the opposite of what they did with G1, is that they started out as a movie, kick it into an episodic series. Give us TF2, right? Follow it up with TF2, turn it into an episodic series, but continue that story, that amazing story and platform that you have laid out in front of the next generation of fans. And we as pre-existing fans can help by lending our voice to that to say, you've got something, keep going with it, et cetera, et cetera. And then the next generation, right? Scott's grandkids, my nephew, your daughter, they get to benefit from our voice pushing and driving that forward, and then they get to have their G1. And that's what I think is possible now with this movie. Is it going to happen with the announcement of Hasbro not funding? It could still, because somebody else may step up. Paramount may just fund the whole thing, right? But I think us lending our voice to that, to let them know that you've got something, you just need to push it in the right direction, will give that giant opportunity to the next generation of fans.
Yes, sir. Scott.
All right. So I'm going to quote a recently released song
Ooh, a
from a
quote.
recently released artist, or a well-known artist who recently released a song. And this is a couple of rules of engagement. I'm gonna guide you, Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And I'm gonna. So this is the story route. This is the conceptual route, and then I'm gonna talk about the toys. You do not need to make Optimus Prime an anti-hero.
No.
He does not need to be a hero with flaws. He needs to be, and continue to be, a hero that we aspire to be like. Mm-hmm. That is what drew us to him as a character. It is what kids need in their lives, is someone to aspire to, some rules and principles that they need to aspire to. We do not need Optimus Prime to be an anti-hero. And I feel like what has lost its way in the Transformers story is making Prime vulnerable, making Prime, have those weaknesses and those flaws in character. That's not what made him popular in the 80s. We don't need it, and the next generation doesn't need that either. The next generation needs heroes to aspire to be like, right? So that would be my desire. What's possible, I think, from a toys perspective, if you think about everything that's happened over the last, let's take the last 20 years of Transformers, right? So we're talking 2004, right? Your onset of alternators, your onset of the Prime figures and all of the engineering. I mean, and then of course Roboson and the fact that we now have auto transforming toys. For me, I think that may be the next generation of where some of that goes to is more of that we watch it on screen, or we can watch it happen in front of us, kind of thing. Yeah. And of course, as all technology does, it will come down in price. I don't think that it'll ever be the kid entry, right? But you already have the kid entry of kind of like the auto transforming, like one click type stuff that brings us this kind of their gateway drug. And so I think about the evolution of the toys and where it can be in 10 and 20 years from now, and it excites me. Looking at, somebody mentioned that Unique Toys Prime earlier, like, oh my god, like what they are capable of now compared to what was available in 2004. Like, dude, whoever is becoming a fan in the next 10 or 20 years, like it can really be like the next golden age. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for still being a fan at age 70, and still fiddling around with the shit. But don't lose the heart. I guess my message is, don't lose the heart and soul of what makes Transformers good, and that is heroes that we aspire to be like.
That's definitely something that we could all use right now in this day and age, right? With everything that's going on in the world, we just need heroes. Yeah. Heroes like we had when we were kids, right?
I did bring my granddaughter to see TF1, which is crazy because I was bringing her mother when she was young to be the Pay-Former movies. So after many stops along the way, Transformers still moves.
Nice.
Yo, brother. All right. So anyone else? Any other questions from the group?
No, I think that's a good point to go ahead and wrap it up by being 9:39. We're at 1 hour and 40. So
real quick, Trey 5 made a comment earlier about, he wishes that they had Blaster in the Bayformers movies. My comment to that is, I would have been pissed.
They would have screwed it up.
Especially if they would have treated him like they treated these guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. With the
I know the mishandling of cultural appropriations with that whole it was.
Didn't even think about that.
I would have been hot. Nah.
Yeah, I still can't. I mean, even 2000 and whatever that came.
You see what they did to Jazz, right?
Yeah.
I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed.
Yeah, I agree. They played my boy Jazz. My boy Jazz. No, that's a good point, man. That's a good point. Well, again,
Been
that's
a great ride, fellas.
yeah,
Been a
man.
great ride.
It's been a good show. 40 years. Shout out to Transformers. Thank you for giving us all our childhoods and helping us as adults to kind of collect and still enjoy the things we enjoy from times past.
In most senses, navigate through life.
Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. I agree. So let's go ahead and go around StreamYard, get some shout outs from where you're at, and man, we'll go ahead and get up out of here. Well done, Scott, tonight, man. Thank you for joining us and coming up with those questions, Mr. Big Brain Scott. Yep, that's right. I'm sorry, Russ. I don't know how I forget every time.
That's okay. That's why I have the clipboard to throw it up here just to remind you.
Yep.
Out in the chat squad this evening, we had Toy Mafia, Dante, Trey-Fi, Jedi Mindset, Dare2727, Brink showed up, Daltinian 95, Lowell Martins, and Jeremy B also popped in at the last minute. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, Scott, go ahead and give your shout outs and tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, man, I'm on Facebook as Scott Marble. I'm on Instagram at xbanereesex. I am here every other Tuesday. I randomly appear in unexpected places as a short white man.
Coming into a backyard near you.
Yeah. And that's all the social.
Nobody knows what that means.
That guy.
Rusty, what about you?
I am the Rusty Mechanic, and you can find me here as well every other Tuesday doing this wonderful podcast with these wonderful gentlemen. You can find me on all your social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram and Reddit and Twitter and whatever. And please check out my YouTube channel as well, where I occasionally do reviews of Transformers figures. And I also have an alternate YouTube channel where I do my motorsport stuff, which is a little dead right now because there's snow outside. But I've got some videos up there, so you can go check it out. The Rusty Mechanic Drives. You can go check it out there.
Vroom.
What?
Do you vroom vroom?
Do you vroom vroom? And keep an eye out on my Facebook page. I am working something out for this month's raffle for Kennedy's Village. I think I might actually have a line on Magic Square Heavy Gunner or Munitioner or both. So again, go and check out my YouTube channel. You can check out the rules for how you can get involved in the raffle to help support Kennedy's Village. Get yourself in the raffle to win one of those two figures for the month of December. So keep an eye on my Facebook page and YouTube channel, and I'll have more details on that in the coming days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Derek, what about you?
All right. You can find your boy Derek B on your book.
Oh, jeez. What are we doing?
You can find him on Derek. You can find me on Instagram as Derek P.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Could you send him to the yard, please?
You can also find me here every other Tuesday for Do You Even Transform, Bro, in our flagship show, ETR, Enter the Realm, every Monday night, the best part of your Monday. And that's it.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. And that leaves me, your boy B, Eric B, in your Facebook groups, Eric Burgess. You can also find me on Instagram, Mr_EatUp82. You can find my board, my wife, and myself putting in work for Kennedy's Village. Tune in this Saturday. There will be a live on my Facebook page at some point as we show off the inner workings of the rap party. So that's going to be fun. You can find me every other Wednesday on Figure Banging on this very channel, and every other Tuesday with these fine gentlemen here, and occasionally popping up on Fridays with the Hangouts. And that is me. We did it, guys. We did it.
Yes, sir.
We did it.
40 years.
40 years.
Congratulations.
40 years.
Yeah,
Or
man.
80% of my life.
All right, Derek, you got something to take us out on? Let me get my hands on the trigger.
All right. Listen up, everybody. Remember, the older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana.
Oh, we out of here. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, man. That actually was a good one. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was worth hanging.
Say it with me now.
Well,